Hi there and welcome to the Gem Blenders channel. My name is Steve and today we're going to be taking a look at the level 3 blends in the Gem Blenders base collection. I am joined with me today by two of my fellow collaborators, Sam and David. If you guys want to say hi.
I'm Sam, excited to be back.
I'm David, also happy to be here.
And I'm very happy to have you both here as well. So we're going to be taking a look at level 3 blends today, all of which use 3 gems. And level 3 blends are going to be an important stepping stone in most decks to getting to some more powerful blends. And we're going to be discussing each one and putting them in the tier list S through D. So without further ado, let's get started. Starting with Baton Bishop. Terra Gem, Pyro Gem, Lucio Gem, 0 attack, 3 defense. And its effect is Baton Twirl. Once during your turn, you're going to be able to change the type of a gem either in your hand or on your field or your discard to a different type. Thoughts, guys?
I think this is bad, and I'll tell you why. It's because you can only change the type for the duration of your turn. So even if you can play something, it will die immediately.
Yeah. It's not very good.
I agree, it's not very good. The 3 defense is nice. I don't know how many nice things you say about Baton Bishop. I'm going D.
D.
Yeah, D, yeah.
D it is for us.
Right.
Blaze Angel.
Yeah, Blaze Angel. Pyro Gem, Lucio Gem, Arrow Gem. 2 attack, 0 defense. Blaze Angel does effect damage. So once during your turn, you may deblend this hero to inflict 3 damage to an opponent's HP. So, pretty good attack with 2 attack, and as a little bonus, you can do 3 effect damage by discarding Blaze Angel.
Yeah, it's a pretty solid one. The base stats are fine, but you're going to get that extra damage, it's super useful to be able to do that. You can even combo it with some higher level blends, and yeah, A, B, I'm in that zone.
Yeah, I like the 2 types of damage. I could say it's an A.
I'm going A. I would go A with Blaze Angel.
Yeah, I think it has a lot of use. Yeah, in a lot of ways.
Yeah, I totally agree.
For sure. Bluster Mage. Bluster Mage is one of my favorites. Pyro Gem, Electro Gem, Nocturna Gem, 2 attack, 1 defense. And its effect is going to let you discard a gem from your hand to search your deck for any blend. So basically a super blend search. I find it to be super useful and great in any deck that uses those gems.
Yeah, I agree with you.
A, B for me, that zone.
Interesting. I would potentially go S, even though you have to give up a gem
S?
to do it. Yeah, it's not cancelable. So it's a super blend search.
I know, but how useful is it to get? Like you would rather use a super blend search just because you're not giving up the gem. But it's nice that you can.
Yeah, but if you can get your hands on a super blend search.
Yeah, you can put 3 of it in your deck if you want. It's not even that big a deal.
Yeah, but if you have your actions reserved for other more useful stuff.
Yeah, I don't think that makes it an S though.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, I think it's an A tier at the very least for me.
Yeah, pretty high A. I mean, super blend is really good.
Okay. We'll agree on an A then. Volt Ram.
Volt Ram, Electro Gem, Nocturna Gem, Capro Gem. Once per turn, you deblend Volt Ram, and then you inflict 1 damage for every Electro Gem that's on Volt Ram. Okay, this has to be S tier. I mean, there is a cap of 5, and you can be doing 7 damage with a 3 gem blend. It's pretty good.
Yeah, you are deblending it though. I think it's a good one to compare against Blaze Angel, because there you get 3 for no gem requirements. It does have better stats though.
Yeah, I think Bolt Ram is a little too specific. It's got good stats. The 2/2 that's good stats for level 3. I would probably say it's a C. It's a C to me.
C? I would say B. I think the stats bring it up a little bit. The 2/2 is pretty rare for a level 3.
I could get, yeah, C is harsh. I could see that.
Yeah, B sounds more reasonable.
Okay. B it is. On to Burn Foul.
All right, Burnfowl, Pyro Gem, Nocturne Gem, Arrow Gem. 0 attack, 2 defense. Burnfowl effectively gains attack when your opponent plays an action. So when your opponent plays an action during their turn, Burnfowl gets +4 attack for your turn. So effectively becomes a 4/2. Yeah, Burnfowl's kind of tough. It's if your opponent plays an action, it's pretty good. But if they don't, I don't know. Burnfowl's kind of weak, I think.
Yeah, well, you can at least get it on like the turn immediately after when your opponent doesn't know you're going to play it. He's like, I think in general, like most turns have an action played on it. Maybe not most turns, but a lot of turns. 50% of turns have an action played.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. But I don't know. The 4/2 is really not that great, and it goes down to a 0/2. I don't know. Not a big fan of Burnfowl.
I say C.
Yeah, I could see it being a C.
What do you think, Sam?
Yeah, I'm comfortable with C. I think C makes sense to me.
Okay. Charge Foul. Electro Gem, Nocturne Gem, Arrow Gem, 2 attack, 1 defense. And it's going to gain 3 attack when it's attacking a hero that changed position since your last turn. Combos really well with force switches and struggle switches. And it's also great against decks that rely on switching. I like Charge Foul a lot. I think it's not like easy to get the attack bonus, but it's not hard.
Yeah, I agree. I think the 5/1 is really nice. And in the strategies that it's in, and I don't know if we should take that into account, but the strategy that it's in, it works really, really well. Mm-hmm. I would say it's an A to me.
Yeah, I say A.
Yeah, it's all around just very good.
Yeah, solid attacker. Okay, on to Crystal Reflector. I love Crystal Reflector. Probably, I'd say it might be my favorite level 3. Pyro Gem, Cryo Gem, Lucio Gem, 1 attack, 2 defense, and once during your turn you can copy the effect of another blended hero on your field. So really fun to play around with different strategies with Crystal Reflector. And it's useful in a lot of some of the upper level blend strategies like Season Ascender, for example. But I don't know how I like the effect a lot. I think it's interesting, but I don't know how powerful it actually is.
S tier. I'll tell you right now, it's S tier. Any effect replacement blend has total untapped potential. S tier. S plus tier.
S plus. Okay, there's a
I like
thought.
that David is specific, or that he's consistent. I like that. The 1/2 is a nice bonus. I like Crystal Reflector too. I think Crystal Reflector is at the very least an A to me.
An A?
Yeah.
I would be fine with a B, but if you're saying A, I guess it's an A.
I'm buying into David's untapped potential.
Okay.
Argument.
Untapped potential. Crystal Reflector is now an A. Fever Virus?
Well, hold on. Just stay in Crystal Reflector for 1 second.
Okay, what about Crystal Reflector?
Listen, consider any level 5 that has poor stats. This can copy that with 2 fewer
But the
gems.
level 5 has to be on the field.
Sure, but then you get a copy with just 3 gems? That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, that's cool. Fever Virus?
Okay, Fear Virus. Terra Gem, Pyro Gem, Nocturne Gem. It's a 2/0. While it's on your front line, an opposite position hero has no effect. This is madness. S tier.
I like David's confidence. I think it is a good effect, but in practice, it doesn't seem to get a ton of play. I think it might be a C tier.
I feel C, D for me, yeah. Every time I've played it, it hasn't been... It's like...
You can switch away from it.
It's the 0 defense that really makes it kind of suck.
That's true, yeah, because you're just attacked. I mean, you're turning the opposite position hero into purely stats, and the no defense basically means you can be attacked.
Yeah. So your stats aren't helping you. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going C for me.
C for me. It's a C.
Sorry, David.
That's the way things go.
Yeah. Flurry Shifter though.
Flurry Shifter is a fun one. I like Flurry Shifter.
Yeah, me too.
Aqua Gem, Cryo Gem, Lucio Gem. You can discard a gem to rotate your opponent's heroes. So you can rotate them once clockwise or counterclockwise. I think Flurry Shifter is very, very good.
I think very, very good too.
And I think not so great at all.
Wait, why?
Oh, because it's rotating. I much prefer switching an opponent.
Okay.
A rotation
But, like-
you can just undo so easily.
I don't know about that. I find that it really throws people out of sorts because you can sort of rotate them into, for example, your defense wall. You could rotate them to get an attack off. I think that the ability to influence an entire field is very, very powerful.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I go between S and A, personally.
I will make that decision for you. Flurry Shifter's an S.
I'll
Yes.
make that decision for you both. It's a low A, if anything, in that ring.
No, it's so useful to just like stick it in at the end of the game, like when your opponents. I think we'll give it an S.
Okay. I could see it being. It's a low S.
It's a low
It's a
S.
I think it's a low S.
It's pretty
It's an
annoying
S.
to deal with. Okay, Fog Shifter then. Aqua Gem, Pyro Gem, Lucio Gem, 1 attack, 2 defense, and up to 2 times during your turn you can rotate your team clockwise or counterclockwise. It's the other shifter, and it's going to be useful in specifically the Season Ascender deck. Not much else besides that. Yeah, it's alright. It's not great by itself, but it has its place.
Yeah, I mean, outside of its strategy, it doesn't really do much at all for you. But 2 defense is a nice bonus.
Yeah.
I think I'd go C.
C. David?
Yeah, very much C.
Okay. Frost Herald?
Next one is Frost Herald. Cryo Gem, Lucio Gem, Capro Gem. It's a 2/1. And during your opponent's turn, after you blend it, they can't play their allotted gem. So it's like a gem quarantine, but you can only play it once every other turn.
Mm-hmm.
It's alright. I like gem quarantine, but unless it's early game, it's usually not that effective.
For sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
like, it can slow you down, but I've found that like when you're like focusing on slowing your opponent down, you're like not doing much yourself, so then they end up catching up anyway. That's my thought.
That's a good point.
I would say B.
I want to say A. The only reason I want to say A is you do get a start action, plus you get stats out of it. So I think that alone should be enough. Granted, I think Gem Quarantine.
It's a bad start action.
It's not a good start action. That's true. But I think by the nature of just being a star, that means it's pretty important. So to me, I would say an A.
You say A. I say B. David?
Let's say high B.
Okay. It's a B+.
Huh, you rounded toward your decision. Interesting.
Interesting how that works.
Garden Sprout?
Yeah, Garden Sprout. Aqua Gem, Terra Gem, Lucio Gem. It's a 1/1. A rare back position hero for a level 3.
Mm-hmm,
While in back position, replace every occurrence of +1 in the effect text of your other blended heroes with +2. So it works really great with Sprout, for example.
Yeah, a couple of other guys too. Yeah, I think it's a really fun one. I like blends that replace the text of other cards, like phrases of text.
So do I.
But
S tier.
S tier.
I think that's a little high.
That might be a little bit of a stretch for Garden Sprout. It's a cool one though. I'd say
Yeah.
A, B, definitely A or B.
I'd probably go B. You would never. Well, not you would never. I think you would very rarely build your entire deck around a Garden Sprout, but
It's like
really
useful in like the first like section of the game, but that's not something that you're landing on.
yes, I agree with that.
Yeah.
It's I think it's a nice like support, and it's like nice if you get it, but you're not ever like looking for it. Like, okay, this is really gonna accelerate my strategy.
Yeah, it's a kind of a strange one. It has a strange. Yeah, I'd say B based on that assessment.
I'd go B as well.
You okay with that?
Sorry,
Yeah,
David.
that's fine.
Yeah. Everyone's favorite Glitz Energizer is next. Terra Gem, Electro Gem, Lucio Gem. 1 attack, 2 defense, and Up to 2 times during your turn, when you equip the Glitz Energizer with a gem, you gain 1 HP. It's an interesting one. Nobody really makes decks about Glitz Energizer. I think it actually might be one of my least favorite level 3 blends.
I also don't like it. I don't find the strategy particularly interesting. But that being said, the strategy is not a bad one.
Yeah, it's not unplayable.
Yeah, we have seen it get some play. I think if we hadn't, it would be a D. I think I'll give it a C because I've seen it actually played.
Yeah, life gain is nice, but this is the worst of the life gain.
Yeah,
so.
I think that's an important point. But it's also one of the easiest life gains to activate, though. That's also something to keep in mind. But I'd say at the current game right now, let's give it a C.
I agree with that.
I think it has potential to move up, though. Maybe Milk Herald, an iconic blend in Gem Blender lore.
Steve's favorite.
Aqua Gem, Lucio Gem, Capra Gem, 0 attack and 1 defense, but every turn you can search your deck for an Aqua Gem. It's a very rare ability to be able to search your deck for a gem without giving anything up. I love Milk Herald. A or B?
How can this be an A since it's just an Aqua Gem?
Well, some decks require you to just need any gem type. So, say you're I don't know what you're pairing Milk Herald with, but I think it's fun.
Yeah,
I'd be fine with a B, though.
A C.
It's not a C.
It's a C.
It can be an essential part to some engines.
Yeah, but very specific engine.
Nice if you're pairing it with Palette Gracer, because then you just get a gem search every turn. But if you're not doing that, and you're not planning on running a huge Aqua Gem deck, then it's not so useful.
Okay. So I say B. Sam, what do you say?
I said C.
David?
High C.
Okay, so B.
No. Round down to a C.
Fine. Milk Herald gets a C. On to Mirror Chaser.
Ooh, Mirror Chaser. I like Mirror Chaser.
Yeah,
Power Gem, Cryo Gem, Capra Gem. 2 attack, 1 defense. And Mirror Chaser basically lets you switch the positions of your other heroes as long as they share a gem. So, a very versatile blend. You can switch Mirror Chaser with another hero or switch any other heroes that share a gem. To me, Mirror Chaser is very, very powerful.
Mirror Chaser is great. I think it's probably the best switcher one of the best switchers in the game. Even better than Angel in some regards.
Yeah, because you can switch other people. Yeah, I think Mirror Chaser's an S to me.
Yeah.
It's really quick.
I would say S tier, especially given some of the other ones that we gave A tier.
Oh.
What did that say?
No, that didn't mean anything. I think it's an S tier.
Yeah, it's an S tier. Solid stats.
I think just an important note to make that level 3 blends in general don't probably maybe get the least play out of every level blend. People tend to gravitate towards level 2s and level 5s, I'd say in general. Is that accurate?
I agree with that. Yeah, I agree with that. But Mirror Chase is one of the few that you could put in a strategy and say, okay, this is a centerpiece to my strategy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. And it's useful in a lot of strategies across the board.
Yep.
Okay, Pollen Angel. Terra Gem, Lucio Gem, Arrow Gem, 2 attack, 1 defense, and up to 2 times during your turn you can switch its position and it'll gain 1 attack every time it switches. Solid card, nothing special, decent attacker, great within its own strategy when you're switching a lot. I say B.
Yeah, I'd say B. I'd go with B. I mean, solid stats. It works well in its strategy. I think it's a good bridge to higher level blends in that line.
It's going to be it has the same effect as Drone Buzzer, basically, just less of an attack bonus.
Exactly, yeah.
The cap is a little bit rough.
The cap, it's 2.
Yeah.
You can pair it with the Garden Sprout, and then it'll max out with 1 switch. That's an interesting use, yeah.
Good gem overlap, perhaps?
We agree with B?
I think B.
Yeah.
Pristine Mage. Nobody's favorite. Pyro
Nobody's
Gem,
favorite.
Cryo Gem, Nocturna Gem, 1 attack, 2 defense. And once during your turn, you can discard a gem on your field and search your deck for a different type of gem and replace it. Great gem adjustment card. But yeah, doesn't see a lot of play. Not all that useful. It's like you might as well just like search your deck for a gem with a gem search or another way to search for a gem.
Yeah, anytime you have to discard a gem to do it, it's a worse version of swap, a 0-star action.
Exactly.
Pristine Mage is a D for me.
A D. I agree with a D.
Yeah, it's just hard to justify it.
Yeah, not super useful. River Angel though?
River Angel is Aqua Gem, Lucio Gem, Arrow Gem. It's 2/2, so good stats. And once per turn, you can switch the position of your left and right hero. This is like a middling, nothing, mediocre level 3 blend to me. So I'm gonna give it a C.
You're saying C.
Wow.
It has a 2/2, David. That's pretty solid stats. It's like
That is solid stats.
3, but
there's no other ones besides Bolt Ram that
Bolt
have
Ram.
and Wood Ghost that have a combined stat total of 4. Something to consider. I think that makes it at least a B.
I think it's a B at best. I'm sorry. It is solidly a B.
Wait, David, what are you saying?
when is it useful for me to switch my left and right position hero?
The effect isn't very useful, but I think the stats make it like it's like not. It's not useful. It's not very useful though. He's like you could be like switching away from defense to get your 2 attack in.
Yeah, I think River Angel's a B.
B. David.
Sure.
Shock Herald. I like Shock Herald. Electro Gem, Lucio Gem, Capro Gem, 2 attack, 1 defense, and once during your turn you can declare a gem type and then reveal the top 3 cards of your deck, and if any of the declared gem type is in those 3 cards, you can play it directly to your field. And then if there aren't any of that gem type, you take some damage. It's a very specific type of card. You have to build your deck around the strategy if you want it to be effective. But the fact that you can like surge out some gems is amazing. Yeah, solid stats too on top of that.
Yeah, I don't particularly enjoy Shock Herald. I think I'd probably go with a C for Shock Herald. It's so specific.
No, I don't say a C. You can surge out like multiple of a gem type in one turn. That's amazing.
Yeah, but you kind of have to script your draws to do it, unless that's like your entire strategy.
Yeah.
Yeah, pair it with Palette Gracer.
Stop pairing it with Palette Gracer, David. You're a
Then
Palette
if I'm
Gracer
not
stan.
If I'm not pairing it with Palette Gracer, I would rate it pretty low.
Then pair it with Palette Gracer.
No, so David, give your rating so we can say it's a C.
I say B. Oh, fine. Disagree, but whatever. Signal Corruptor, guys.
Terra Gem, Electro Gem, Nocturna Gem. 1 attack, 2 defense. Once during your turn, you can inflict 5 damage to your life to discard a level 2 blend on your opponent's field. So high price to pay, but you do get to de-blend an opponent. So sort of high risk, high reward there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like it's hard to say with it. I haven't seen it get a lot of play, and it's rare that I don't know. It's not rare that your opponent has a level 2 out on their field, but
it is rare that your opponent has a strategy that centers around a level 2.
That like leaving a level 2 on. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
So I'd say, given that, all of those negative things, and the fact that its stats are fine, but only 1 attack, I'd say probably a D. I don't know. Thoughts?
Yeah, I agree with D. David?
Yeah, C or D.
I think it's worse than most of the C's. Even though I like the effect, I think it's cool, and I would hope that it gets play at some point, but I think right now. Silent Usher.
Ooh, Silent Usher is one of my favorites. Sorry for taking 2 in a row. Silent Usher, Aqua Gem, Cryo Gem, Nocturna Gem. 1 attack, 1 defense. And basically, Silent Usher, it acts as a return for your opponent. So you can force your opponent to pick up a blend on their side of the field. So Silent Usher, really, really versatile because you can force an opponent to pick their blend up, and then you could launch a strong attack at an unblended hero. or you can screw up a strategy that relies on having a blend on the field, an opponent having a blend on the field. I think Silent Usher is very, very good. I would go S.
Yeah, super disruptive. And the fact that it's like you can get rid of defense really easily. I would agree with S.
It is nice that you're not paying anything for it.
Yeah, it's super simple to do.
Yeah, unless your opponent is relying on like returning their blend to their hand, that's pretty much an S tier.
Okay, I'm glad we all agree there.
I also think its art is so cool.
You love the medallions on its back.
I do love the medallion.
Silver Goal. Silver Goal is pretty good. Aqua Gem, Cryo Gem, Aero Gem. 3 attack, 0 defense. And once during your turn, you can de-blend the hero to grab a 0-star action from your discard and return it to your hand. Really good stats, really good effect. I think it's really good.
Yeah, I think this is very easily an S tier.
Yeah, highest attack besides Wood Ghost, and there's no restrictions on it, and a good effect. I think S tier is pretty solid there.
Yeah, action return is huge.
And there we go, Silver Goal.
There you go, easy S tier for Silver Goal.
Yeah.
All right, I'll take Snowfowl.
Cool.
Cryo Gem, Nocturne Gem, Aero Gem. 1 attack, 2 defense, and it just gives itself slightly better defense against level 4 and level 5 heroes. Snowfowl is trash.
So mean.
I kind of agree with that assessment. It's kind of like a guard, but a little less reliable maybe, but with 1 attack, so it kind of balances out.
Yeah.
But 3 gems, so.
Yeah. I don't think you can ever base a strategy around it. I feel like it's something you put out last ditch effort maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it is nice. Like I don't like a guard doesn't fit in those gem requirements, which is something interesting.
So
it's kind of like the guard of that zone ish.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say
go with a C.
C or D. C? David, what do you think?
I would say it's a D.
You say D?
Okay, let me argue my case here. 5 defense is a lot of defense, especially if you're putting it and parking it in front of a high attacker, preferably a higher level blend.
Yeah, it can be annoying.
Yeah.
Am I deciding then?
I think you are. I'm going high C to cancel out David's D.
Wonder if I do low D.
Well, that kind of cancels out.
I think it's pretty bad. I'm gonna say low D.
All right,
Hilarious.
that hurts.
I think it's worse than our C's. Yeah, I would say that's the case.
It's not worse than
Sonic Ghost.
All right, Sonic Ghost. I like Sonic Ghost a lot. Cryo Gem, Electro Gem, Nocturne Gem. 2 attacks, 0 defense. While in center position, every time your opponent successfully plays an action, inflict 3 damage to their HP. Yeah, I like Sonic Ghost because it is disruptive. Most decks play a ton of actions, and this makes your opponent think twice about playing them.
Yeah, pretty costly.
Yeah, I would say it's an A, but
it's good to get out really quickly, and it's good if your opponent can't tell that it's going to come out.
You have 3 Sonic Ghosts. Pretty strong.
Well, it's only in center position.
Only. Sorry, David.
So.
Well, then you have that other hero.
So even if they switch it out, it's still there. I would say I'm not usually bothered by it because usually people get rid of it pretty quick because it has no defense and it has like a mediocre attack, not a mediocre attack, but fine attack. And I usually just play all my actions as soon as they get rid of it. So just does slow me down, but I say a B. That's my take.
Say high B.
High B. Okay, we'll go B.
I think I said A, but yeah.
You're fine with B?
I'm biased. I'm definitely biased.
Your favorite gems.
It is my favorite gem.
Steam Usher is pretty good though. Aqua Gem, Pyro Gem, Nocturne Gem, 2 attack, 0 defense. But once during your turn, you can look at the top 3 cards of your deck and rearrange and or discard them. So that's pretty cool. Great scrying ability. Really useful to get out early game. Attack's fine. No defense, which is not great. Yeah, great effect, bad stats.
Yeah, I think, and I'm with David on this one. He's convinced me. Scrying's really, really helpful. I'm gonna go S for Steam Usher.
Yeah, scrying is pretty.
I would tone that down
powerful.
a little bit, maybe, given that its attack's just whatever. I don't know.
Its attack server and its defense isn't great, but
its effect is really
if you
good,
can,
though.
it's a collect. Basically a collect every turn.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
it's better than collect because if you're relying on some cards that you want to discard,
Yeah, the discarding's kind of nice because you can just kind of like cleanse your deck.
Yeah, you can. I was also gonna say, collect. If you play a search, you undo your collect. Steam Usher, you play a search, but you can just use Steam Usher the next turn.
Mhm.
So yes, you're undoing it, but you can continually, arrange the top 3 cards of your deck.
Okay. Well, I can be convinced either way. David, what do you think? Sam, you think S?
yeah, I would say it's low S.
Okay. We'll go with S then. Steam Usher's an S.
Go Steam
Interesting.
Usher.
Yeah, congrats to Steam Usher. Toxic Ram. I love Toxic Ram. Terra Gem, Nocturne Gem, Capra Gem, 0 attack, 2 defense. And every time you inflict damage to your own HP, you get to inflict the same amount of damage to your opponent. Now, my case for Toxic Ram is it's great because it helps, like, you're usually taking damage for negative effects, so it makes those basically not negative, or sorry, you take damage for effects that are very powerful, and it makes those effects even more powerful because you're doing additional damage to your opponent. And then you can also multiply that by having multiple Toxic Rams out on your field. And for that, I would say Toxic Ram's an A. Thoughts, guys?
I think I pretty harshly disagree. Anytime you're doing damage to yourself, that's not a good thing. By
Unless
the
you have
time
multiple Toxic Rams out.
Yeah, but that's a lot of resources to pay, and I'm gonna just bet if you have multiple Toxic Rams out, your opponent's probably been attacking you that entire time, and you're probably too low to get off the big stretch that you want to get off. So I think it's too slow. I mean, I like Toxic Ram, but yeah, I think it's a C.
You think a C?
Well, I'm sorry to say, Sam, I 100% agree that it's an A, and here's why. I think it single-handedly gives rise to a new strategy for gem blenders.
Oh, okay.
Which is even if you just have one, you suddenly have access to like an HP gain, self-inflicted damage, hurting your opponent type of strategy.
So you're you're presenting like a novelty argument.
Yeah, I think that's a really novel card.
David loves his potential. It's still a C.
It's just, I could be. I would say in reality, it's probably a B, somewhere in between. So let's take the middle there.
Okay. It's so specialized.
I think it could be cool in the future, as some more cards come out. It's a really fun strategy, I think. Okay.
All right. Next up, we got Wave Ram, Aqua Gem, Nocturne Gem, Capra Gem. 0 attack, 0 defense. But it shifts as the game shifts, the attack and defense. So basically, Wave Ram gains attack when you have less HP than your opponent. And then it gains defense if you have more HP. So it's modest gains. It's only +3 attack if you have less, or +3 defense if you have more. But kind of an interesting card that it sort of balances out.
Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah. It's all right. It's nice that it's a 3 stat, because that's pretty useful, especially as attack, I would say. I don't know, what are you thinking? I want to say B or C in the edge between those two.
Yeah, I think I was going to probably go, between B and C as well.
I like that for Wave Ram, if you have some attack booster somewhere else on your field, suddenly this can have fantastic stats as a level 3. But yeah, I would say it's pretty bad.
Yeah.
I like that idea for a strategy though, David. I had not thought of that.
Yeah. I think C.
I think a C.
C for now. C for now.
C for now.
Last but not least, we have Wood Ghost.
Okay, Wood Ghost is Terra Gem, Cryo Gem, Nocturne Gem. It's a 4/0, so great stats. But it can only attack unblended heroes. So it's really great if you can get it out immediately, and otherwise it's terrible.
True. The 4-stat is a lot.
It is. You can blitz a wood ghost very easily.
Yeah, it's a cool card. I'd say just given the 4, it's an A, and then the effect, like, it's not that, like, it's like, yeah, you can only play them early on in the game.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Or against decks that aren't relying on blending, which is very few decks.
Yeah, I'm going with A for wood ghost. I like wood ghost a lot. I think it's powerful.
You can also pair it with cards like Silent Usher and Dissolve and all of those types of cards. So yeah, we agree on A.
I think we agree.
And that's it. There's our tier list for the level 3 blends in the Gem Blenders base collection. Really interesting. Kind of pretty even levels overall. A lot of Aqua Gems on the S tier too. Interesting to look at. But yeah, thank you for joining me, Sam and David. As always, your perspective is of great value.
Of course, happy to provide it, and looking forward to the next video.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
And thank you everybody for watching, and we'll see you next time for the level 4 blends in the base collection. Until then, bye.